So Virgil Ortiz gets a first round TKO this weekend, and unfortunately, it was stopped prematurely. I'm not sure what the hell Tony Weeks was doing, um, but he stopped the fight way too early, and so we didn't really get to see what Virgil Ortiz could do at 154. Um, but right after the fight, he ended up calling out this guy right here, Tszyu, which I feel like that was a clout chasing move. He knows, Oscar knows, there's no way in hell they're gonna put him in the ring with Tszyu after having one fight at 154, especially after being off for a long period of time. There's just no way that they would allow this to happen. So I think he's just saying that for clout. I guess to get the fans kind of hyped for the potential fight that they could have later on down the line, but not next. Um, you know, so, it is a fight I definitely want to see. I'm sure a lot of fans want to see it, but I don't believe that Virgil Ortiz is ready for that fight. And I'm sure his handlers understand that he's not. If he was to fight Tszyu next, I don't think there's no way in hell he could beat Tszyu. I think it would be a hell of a fight, but I just don't think he's been at the weight class long enough to be able to handle somebody like Tszyu. I think a lot of people forget that Virgil Ortiz started at 140. He had 11 fights at 140. Think about it. Like, it wasn't like he was at 140 for a little bit of time. He was there for 11 fights, right? He was at 147 for 8 fights. So now he's had another fight, or 9 fights. So now he's had another fight at 154, and that's where we stand right now. So he's naturally a much smaller guy than Tszyu. Tszyu has been doing this from the jump since 2016 when he started his career. So, I think that would be career suicide for them to do that right now. Tszyu is a very, very good fighter. I think he's underrated. Watching him fight now, I'm starting to think that he would have had a damn good chance to beat Jermell Charlo. I'm starting to think that maybe it was 50-50 fight, maybe 49-51, something like that. But that fight was going to be, it wasn't going to be no cakewalk in the park for Jermell. So let's see what happens. I think Virgil Ortiz would definitely be a player at 154. He maybe needs to fight a guy like Brian Mendoza or a guy like Liam Smith. I think that would be really good fights for him. If he's able to get through those guys, maybe stop one of those guys, I mean, that would say a lot to me. Like, maybe he is ready for a Tszyu, maybe toward the end of the year, maybe early next year. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm definitely looking forward to it if it does happen. But my take right now, if it does happen next, that Tszyu would stop Virgil Ortiz.